If you're deploying modern web applications, one of the things that's got to be in your head is, how do I secure these things? You've got microservices, you've got things running all over the place, you're using Kubernetes. How do you know if there are threats, especially if they're unknown threats? Well, that's where AI comes in, and that's what Skyhawk is doing. So Skyhawk Security is deploying a red team, blue team approach, but they're actually doing both of those using artificial intelligence to protect modern web applications. Learn more in this video. If you've been listening to the Utilizing AI podcast or watching a Security Field Day, or basically paying attention to information security at all, you've realized that AI is really coming to the fore as a way to detect and respond to threats. But of course, AI-based threats are facing everyone. So we're talking to Skyhawk Security today to learn more about how AI is being used to detect and respond to threats. I'm Stephen Foskett from Gestalt IT, and this is a Tech Talk live from AWS reInvent.
Hey, so I'm Chen Burschan, I'm the CEO of Skyhawk Security, and today we announced basically continuous proactive protection. It's an autonomous-based purple team, a red team, an AI-based red team, and an AI-based blue team that are continuously fighting against each other in order to make sure that we provide the best threat detection and response that is adaptive and specific to the customer's environment.
Yeah, and this is really interesting because one of the challenges that I've heard with AI is that basically, machine learning makes a lot of sense as a way to detect threats, but if it gets old and stale and if it's not being challenged, well, it's no better than just simple rules, right? But if you have basically two systems that are continually kind of at war with each other, then they're keeping each other sharp.
Exactly, and they're not only keeping each other sharp, they also learn how to adapt with a constantly changing environment. One of the challenges in the cloud, the benefits and the challenges, is that it's very easy to deploy, right? It's very easy to deploy changes, the continuous deployment, and that creates a security challenge because the environment changes all the time, therefore the risk changes all the time. The ability to do continuous proactive protection allows us to make sure that we keep the detection most relevant to the latest state of the cloud infrastructure.
So let's talk a little bit about the AI specifically. Now, there's a lot of companies that are kind of AI washing.
Right.
Tell me a little bit more. I know that you guys have a much more advanced approach to AI because this is basically why you started the company. Tell me a little bit more about how Skyhawk's AI learns and detects and filters out, well, not so important information.
Yeah, so basically the way we work, we have 3 layers of machine learning in the product. The first layer takes the raw data and detects suspicious behavior and anomalies on it. The challenge is that this layer is usually very, very noisy. To address the alert fatigue and make sure that we have an acceptable noise level, what we do is we send the outcomes of the first level to a second level AI where we do correlation. This level basically weeds out a lot of the noise, correlates the interesting events, and present to our customer a single alert with all the interesting malicious behaviors that are part of the attack. This is then sent to a third layer of AI, a generative AI layer that helps act like a virtual incident responder and help incident responders address the alerts more efficiently.
And so this third layer, is this the new announcement that you've made?
No, this one is actually a long one.
Okay.
That we had since earlier this year. What we announced today is another capability that also leverage generative AI as an offensive addition.
So tell me more about how that works.
So basically, what we do is, since we act as a defensive product, that's our primary goal. We know all the inventory. We understand what are the crown jewels in the environment. We understand what are the least resistant paths to the crown jewels. We feed this information into the offensive red team AI, and we basically ask this function to generate all the possible attack scenarios on the environment. These are the likely attack scenarios on the environment that are actually a weaponized threat based on tools that exist out there. This helps our customers to prepare to the most imminent risks that are relevant to them. And that helps also fine tune and get the CDR piece ready to the relevant trends to the customer. That's why the end result is adaptive CDR. It's not a generic solution. It learns the environment, it knows how to detect the events that are relevant to the environment.
So let's talk about that learning, because again, that's, I think, a real differentiator here. So you're actually learning about the environment,
Right.
You're learning about the threats that this environment is facing, and then you're also applying information that you as a company are learning about threats, right?
Correct. So basically, as a company that serves multiple customers for over 5 years, we have a lot of data on threats, on detection. We have models that were tuned globally, but also on specific customers' environment. And what we actually do is we apply this data so that we can have the most accurate threat detection for our customers.
And so you're rolling out new models continually, or on a schedule, or?
So our models, in order to be able to deal with data drift, as well as to prevent bad actors being able to evade detection, our models are basically deploying new models and retraining daily on each customer's environment. So basically see how the data drift and changing behavior happens, and we update our models daily per customer.
So let's talk about the environments that you're protecting, because I think maybe some people might be looking at this and thinking, oh, that's a firewall, right? This is not a firewall. Talk to me a little bit about what exactly are you protecting with this?
So we're protecting basically AWS cloud native environments. Although we're here in an AWS event, Azure and GCP as well, native Kubernetes environments. What we are basically protecting is cloud native environments, and we protect them not like a firewall, so it's not an edge protection, it's actually protecting the environments from the inside.
Okay. And okay, so how does that work? So I've got a modern application made up of multiple services, maybe even in multiple areas. Maybe I'm using serverless functions. I don't know what. Where does the security fit into that picture?
So basically what we do, we read the context of the environment, the inventories. We read them over APIs. We get telemetries, things like CloudTrails, flow logs, Route 53. We take all the telemetry that we can, even things like guard duty events that are extremely noisy, and we help reduce the noise with those. And we take data from other services like Macy, like Inspector. We take all these data in, and we basically compile all of that into the understanding of the environment, crown jewels, topology, least resistant paths, and we analyze the data continuously with the logs that are being streamed so that we can build the events live.
And where does the product run exactly? Is this another as a service application?
It's a service application. You consume it as a SaaS service. The onboarding is extremely easy. It's like a cross-account role and streaming of logs. It's a very, very easy onboarding and very fast time to value from that perspective.
Is this something that? So how do they get started? Is it in the marketplace?
So it's in the AWS marketplace. You can find us there. You can go to our website, Skyhawk.security. Contact us, ask for a demo, and we'll be happy to kind of give you a trial environment. You can also find our CSPM product, which we actually provide for free. We don't charge for CSPM. We think it's commodity today. And as part of our kind of push to the CDR, you can just get there and get the CSPM for free.
That's great. And so basically, if you're watching this and you're saying, this is interesting, I've got an environment like this, you can try it out. You can either try the CSPM, but that's not the whole product.
Right.
But you can try that out, or you as we said, you can find it in the marketplace. You can just sign up, or you can contact Skyhawk to learn more about it. Talk to me a little bit too about where this product goes in the future. So you've got your red team and your blue team, kind of joining forces to become Team Purple. Where are you looking next?
So basically, what we see is obviously with the advancement in AI, we see more and more AI applications going on, and more AI uses to the product. Things that are coming up are things that have automated responses generated based on the Purple team, autonomous Purple team, remediation so that we can harden the environment, and learning, kind of deep learning based on the data. So once we do the process, we can basically have an automated deep learning that learns new detections and new suspicious behaviors automatically into our detection mechanism. So this is kind of the next thing that is coming up. And in the coming year, we'll probably come up with more AI-related applications and uses to make sure that we take our CDR, the heart of the product, to its next level.
Well, it's really great. I think that this is really kind of a next generation security product. It applies the lessons that we've heard from AI, the things that AI is good at in terms of detecting unknown threats, in terms of, remediating things. And I love the angle of the product where you've got kind of the red team and the blue team, fighting all the time, fighting on behalf of the customer instead of just trying to exploit the environments. Check it out. Learn more about Skyhawk, and check out gestaltit.com for more information about this product, but also about the rest of our interviews here at AWS reInvent this week.